Oh, give me a hell yeah. Listen, man, people are talking about Modern Horizons 3 precons, $400 Eldrazi collector decks. That stuff is too rich for my blood, man. I don't have that kind of scratch lying around. I'm broke, dude. I buy too many TVs and soundbars, stuff like that. It's like I'm addicted to technology. So let's take a little break from all that Modern Horizons stuff and ask ourselves, like many of the bros in my Discord, does this card slap? That's the question. And as always, if you like this video, subscribe to the channel, dude. I've got the aforementioned Discord. There's also a Patreon, and I appreciate those kind patrons, kind folks in there. What a bunch of bros they are. And as is tradition, I'm going to start with a suggestion of my own. And that's going to be Turnabout. 2 blue for an instant. Choose artifact, creature, or land. Tap all untapped permanents of the chosen type target player controls, or untap all tapped permanents of that type that player controls. Recently reprinted in Ravnica Remastered and Dominaria Remastered, this card is amazingly versatile. We've got a way to tap down an Alpha Strike before combat on your opponent's turn. You've got a ramp ritual spell, which is usually what I use it for. If you're ramping with lands, it's a Simic deck or whatever, then this can net you an extra couple mana, or maybe a lot of mana. You can untap your creatures with their tap abilities. It's endlessly versatile and useful, and it's 20 cents. 100 hand slaps, dude, from E-Honda. Now let's take it all the way back to Mercadian Masks, a set with all the flavor. Didn't save any flavor for the rest of us, dude. This card rips. Power Matrix, 4 generic mana artifact. Tap, target creature gets +1/+1, gains flying, first strike, and trample until end of turn. This card, man, think of it like an equipment, but with no equip cost. I love the art on this thing. It's just a damn Doom Diamond, dude, and that's rad. This is a Dave Grohl Everlong slap right in the dome. And then we have the Storm of Saruman. 4 blue for an enchantment, ward 3. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, copy it. Except the copy isn't legendary, you may choose new targets for the copy. This card is nuts, man. I mean, this can get pretty immediate value. If it's your first spell of the turn, then you cast another spell. Ward 3. This is likely to stick around, but it's very pricey, 6 mana. I will reluctantly say that this slaps, dude. I give it a little tiny slap. This dude's in the Discord, they claim it's an overperformer. I don't know, man. I don't know, you tell me, brother. If you ever ask Batman what he had for breakfast, he'd tell you Justice. Herborg Justice. Black for an instant. Target opponent sacrifices a creature for each creature put into your graveyard from the battlefield this turn. This is a reserve list banger, and though the effect is super niche, not super great outside certain decks that include Turgid or It That Betrays and some aristocrat decks, the art is what got me on this one, man. These two have stabbed each other to death. They used to be best friends, just like Biden and Trump. You know, these guys should be out there hanging out at the senior center, you know? And now look what happens. The sadness is palpable, brother. I give this a very solemn slap on the back, dude. We're gonna build a wall. We're gonna build a wall around Herborg with beans and beans of tiny spikes. Arcanine asks the question, does this card slap? Head games, 3 black for a sorcery. Target opponent puts the cards from their hand on top of their library. Search that player's library for that many cards. The player puts those cards into their hand, then shuffles. Oh my god, dude, so many ways you could go with this. You can go political if you want. As noted, if you're copying spells, say with Zevlor, this guy is a slap-a-rama. The art on this is just nuts, dude. The guy's literally playing games with this guy's head. He's turning him into a Minotaur. And I'll tell you what, if I woke up with a damn Minotaur head, I'd storm the Capitol like the QAnon shaman, brother. Maybe that's what happened to him. He woke up as a Minotaur, decided to go storm the Capitol. This card is amazing, except for the person who gets targeted. Oxtail slapper for sure. Sorry, dude, I'm getting all political today, man, but I gotta balance it out. I'll do a little Joe Biden impression for you. Here we go. All right. I told Bibi Netanyahu that we're gonna have a ceasefire, man. And he said we can do that. And then he went into the reverent silence. 3 and a green for a sorcery. If you control a forest, rather than pay the spell's mana cost, you may have each other player gain 6 life. Destroy all enchantments. Free spells. See, they've been around forever. This card is not super versatile. You know, you need a read on your meta. Maybe some sorcery synergies. But Eladamri is making you look up at its junk, dude. And that is magnificent. You don't want to get slapped with that. Camouflage, dude. 1 green mana for an instant. I don't even know who suggested this in the Discord, but this card sucks, man. This is basically, it's a certified slapper. Because like goats, Magic players faint if they get too surprised. This card does that. It's just a cluster of a card that should never be reprinted. It's templated terribly, makes only the minimum of sense. You're basically making piles for blocking creatures and then assigning them randomly. I do like that this elf is Camouflage though. Man, we are going on a trip down old green cards with the Primal Order. 2 green enchantment at the beginning of each player's upkeep. This card deals damage equal to that player equal to the number of non-basic lands they control. Oh my god, a greedy land-based punisher. I think if you're in mono green, have some enchantment synergies, maybe, maybe not mono green, but green white maybe. Eventually, this is going to deal stupid damage around the table. I think it's a little pricey at 4 mana, but it slaps, dude. It slaps indeed. And do you know what slaps about it? It's just a ball in the woods, man, which we used to play in college all the time. We used to play ball in the woods. Bernard Ginger Sculptor, 1 green, white, and a blue legendary creature, human artificer. It's a 3/3. Each creature you control that's a food or a golem gets +2/+2 and has trample. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, you may exile it, another non-token creature. If you do, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's a 1/1 food golem artifact creature in addition to its other types, and has 2 tap, sacrifice it, you gain 3 life. This card slaps so hard it sizzles. Finally, a Golem Tribal Commander. He makes foods. He makes Splicers really good, which is all I ever wanted. I really do like this card, although I don't think it's particularly powerful. The Priest of Gix is definitely a slapper. 2 and a black for a creature, Phyrexian human cleric minion. It's a 2/1. When this guy enters the battlefield, give yourself 3 black mana, you idiot. This is a damn free spell, except if you're blinking stuff, then it can be a real slapperoonie. I love everything about this guy. He's got a really dope haircut, just like old Nicky G here. He's utilizing prosthesis, dude, and you know what? We should give him his flowers for that. What a banger of a card. He's been errated into a cleric too. Love it. And next up we have Wada, Trainer Prodigy. Red, green, and a white legendary creature, human warrior. It's a 1/5 with haste. Has 2 and a green and tap. Target creature you control fights another target creature. This ability costs 2 less to activate if it targets 2 creatures you control. So this comes down and can fight for 1 green mana if you have 2 of your own creatures fighting. If a creature you control being dealt damage causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Enrage your creatures. Very cool build around. This cute lady has an eye patch and is hanging out with a chicken, dude. This card goes hard, brother. It's Naya, but can utilize all those damn enraged creatures, Brash Taunter effects, Phyrexian Vindicator. The deck kind of builds itself, and you can slap in direct damage effects too. Vigor is just a fantastic card in this deck. Alright, last one, then I gotta go eat something. Painful Quandrix. 3 black enchantment. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, that player loses 5 life unless they discard a card. Does this card slap? Yes. This truly creates a damn Quandrix, dude. Really slaps you silly in slug decks and decks that rely on discard. Nobody's casting anything, dude, except you, because you're out there slurping up people's brains like this guy here, Gix. You got 2 arts to choose from. You got Gollum from the Lord of the Rings, or Smeagol, as we call him, or you got Gix, brother, and that's better commander, dude. Yeah, man, so I got a lot going on this weekend, dudes. You know, I gotta go pick up the Lamborghini. You know, I gotta go do nunchucks. You know, I'm dating a bunch of models and stuff. They all need things, you know. One of them's got something going on. She wants me to move a couch, you know what I mean? I got all this stuff going on, dude. But you know what? I'm gonna be back soon, brothers. I'm making lots of videos, lots of new stuff coming down the pike, or the pipe, depending on where you live. Stay cool out there, cats and kitties. Nicky G, Better Commander, signing off.